You're listening to the podcast where we talk about life, sports, family, and everything in between. Welcome to Just Talking Out Loud with your hosts, Ron and Terry.
Hello and welcome to the show. I'm Ron.
And I'm Terry.
And we are very happy to have you here with us today. You know, I was telling Terry right before we went on that I had this idea. I had all these things written down of what I wanted to talk about today. And then this kind of popped up today. And I'm not sure exactly how it's going to go, but I'm going to give Terry this chart in a second. And
do I need my glasses?
I don't know. I don't think so, but
Okay.
we'll see. Well, you might because. All right, so let's just go ahead and dig into it. All right.
Okay.
So I saw this on one of the sites that I go on just to kind of get some stories, even though I already had some stories. And this is like if you're not a person that likes to work out, but you like to work out, if you know what I mean. All right. So they have calculated sex positions that lose the most calories. Now, some of these I've never heard of before. I'm not going to lie. And it depends on...
We're just run-of-the-mill, everyday people.
Yeah,
huh?
we're just, the same old. Some of these positions could actually burn as much as 200 calories. And in fact...
How long do they have to do them?
30, like if you just wanted to spoon, okay, do a spooning position for 15 minutes, you burn 51 calories. So if you could hang in there for 15 minutes. Some people say that if you go 30 minutes, it's actually having sex is better than a short run.
I could see that.
Okay. Well, it would be better on your knees and, well, depending on some of these positions, I'm not really sure. Well, they also have, what they did was this company called From Mars. They actually have this, they describe themselves as a online health clinic for men, and they sell Viagra, hair loss, and acne medication. And they have a calculator. And it's based on research from actually an online golf shop, which somehow all fits together. I don't really know how. Golfsupport.com. And they had couples wear these Fitbits, and then that's how they found out like what positions lost the most calories. And it depends on men and women. It's different for both of us. And they had 12 different positions. So I'm going to give you the chart, and I'm going to try and see if you think you can see this.
Huh?
I don't know if you'll be able to see it or not. I tried to make it as big as possible. Actually, I need to rip this.
Why?
Well,
the answer's on the bottom.
Some of this is, I'll just have you do these. These are the best sex positions for men. I'll have you talk about them, and then I'll do for her.
Oh,
okay?
really? I get to talk about
We'll do the
them.
opposite. So here's the sheet. Okay. Now it's said here that the number one, the top for women was the squat. Now, do you see the squat on there? Can you see, or do you need your glasses? The squat will burn for women 188 calories. It's similar to the cowgirl.
The squat. It only does 25 for men.
Right. So it's like a cowgirl, but it involves squatting. You raise the knees rather than placing weight on them. So you can do 188 calories by doing some squats. So the position, right? The man is on his back, correct?
Yeah.
Or no? Yes.
Yes.
And then you're doing
she's
some squatting. Okay.
Over top of
That was the number one for women. Now, the number one for men
is the butter churner.
Yeah. Have you ever heard of the butter churner? Now, the butter churner is weird. It burns 211 calories for men, 179 for women. But it's weird because it says the maneuver involves the woman lying on her back with her legs raised above
Doesn't
and
look like she's
beyond her
lying.
head. It's a weird looking position. The man stands up over the woman's leg, and then he hunches down like a squat sort of, and kind of holds your legs in place.
That's
and then
not
he
what
starts.
it looks like.
Then he starts churning the butter, if you know what I mean. It's not what it. Well, you have to kind of look at the like they kind of give you an idea. These are the
they're both
legs.
standing up.
I know, but those are her legs.
Those are her legs.
Yeah.
So that's
He's
her body
helping her
down there.
Yes, he's helping her kind of hold up while he's
churning.
and sometimes while he's churning. And they said that sometimes it helps with a wall to help you kind of steady yourself. But it also said to be very careful with that maneuver because
you
could probably just tire out really easily.
I would say,
especially if your legs are above your head. So the squat was number 1 for women. The butter churner was number 2, but number 1 for men, but number 2 for women.
Okay.
What's number 2 for men?
Number 2 for men is standing.
Okay, that's the standing.
Yeah.
And that's actually 1, 2, 3, 4, number 4 for women. But the kneeling wheelbarrow.
The kneeling wheelbarrow.
Women lose 100 or can lose 149 calories on the wheelbarrow maneuver. Other than the standing is 145. None of these we probably could do for very long. I don't know if our legs would probably give out.
We're old.
Yeah.
Our knees can't take some of these.
Then there's the cowgirl, which is 139. The lotus.
We missed doggy style. It was 3rd on your list.
Doggy style is 3rd, yeah, for men. Yes.
Yes, for men.
Doggy style for women is 103 calories. Spooning, 84 calories. The eagle. Is the eagle on there? I'm not sure how the eagle works.
No, it's not even on here.
The eagle's not on that one. It's not on the.
I don't see it.
It's not on the picture. That's weird. Legs up.
Legs up. The legs up is on here.
Okay. So if you're looking to lose weight, if you want to try some of these positions.
Oh yeah, the eagle is on here.
The eagle has landed.
The eagle. So I'm trying to find it on here. The eagle. Oh, okay. I can't tell what the picture is too small though.
Let me see the eagle.
It's over.
The eagle is the lotus is a weird one because I'm sitting, right? And then we're both sitting sort of. You're just sitting on me.
Yes.
And we're kind of like we're
face
like
to
like
face,
like right
face
now.
face.
Like we're doing right now.
Face to face, except sitting.
Face to face and
Reminds me of our younger days in the bathroom.
Yeah, those were great days. The eagle, I don't understand the eagle. I can't see the
picture. I can't tell what.
Yeah, I don't know what her legs are doing.
Laying down with her legs.
Yeah.
Spread eagle or
I don't know. On his shoulders, the eagle.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. Her legs are up on his shoulders,
and
like
he's leaning
eagle,
in,
and he's
like stretched all the way out, leaning in, baby.
Yeah.
So anyway, those are just some of the fat burning sex positions that you could try. It says that this is about the same energy.
Some of them look like they may hurt.
The reverse cowgirl.
If you're not that,
that seems pretty simple.
If you're not that flexible, they look like they.
Well,
could,
they
or
do.
If your knees are bothering.
Well,
you.
the squatting would take. You do it. Get a good the 69. Now that's not. That's 111 calories for the 69, which I'm not really sure. Huh?
I don't even see it.
Yeah, it's right.
Here.
It's right. Right there. It's right on the bottom. See it?
Oh yeah.
Well, it's 111 calories. That's simple. Sort of.
It says only 39 calories in the little thing.
Well, for women, it's 111. That's what it says here. So for men, it must be
39 right here.
I wonder why is it different? That seems weird. Why does it say 111? Must be something messed up.
I don't know, but they don't match it right here, like because the butter churner says 211, and up here it says 106. So
well, that must be for
the woman.
I don't know. Maybe it depends on the timing, how long you can actually do it.
Yeah, because some of these, you give me 5 minutes and I'm going to keel.
Yeah, we talked about how long
you're not in shape.
You want sex to last, and they say 26 minutes is what the average what men and women both.
And that's not usually in these hard positions.
Well, you can only do those positions as a warm up. Those are the warm ups.
Those are the.
Or no, you have to stretch before you do those.
Yeah, I would say you should. Stretch.
So you do your exercise
unless you want some strained muscles.
You do your yoga and your you do all your stretching, and then you can get into the lotus or the squatting.
Yeah,
I guess. And then if all else
fails, the butter churner, we may have to look that up and see actually what it is.
I just don't understand the butter churner. I wouldn't mind buttering your churner.
You're so bad.
Someone said that how did she say it? She said that I sexually harass you almost every show. Right. Do I really? By the way, the nipple lipstick thing, I guess I was scolded.
It doesn't work?
No, that's actually it's something that's been around for
years.
Long, because Penny, I'll just mention her name. She was in cosmetology school, and she said that was taught way
back
before.
when. Okay.
So I guess now, like TikTokers looking for stuff found it, and then claim it as new.
Yeah.
Whatever's new, or whatever's old, becomes
new again. Yeah.
Because any clothes you just thrown out are going to be back in style
in 10 to 15 years. Yeah. So yeah.
So
that's why we shouldn't really clean out our closets. I guess we should just make another closet for older ones, and then you wouldn't have to go shopping. You just go to your old closet and bring
shed just
bring it
for
back.
Clothes.
The only problem is we lose and gain weight.
Well, that is a problem, especially after the Super Bowl and food, and we just seem to, I've gained I was down to 163. I'm back to 170 something now. Food is a killer. I need to do some of these.
You snack a lot.
I do. I need to do some of these positions.
Good luck with that.
I'll have to limber.
You got to get some cooperation to do some of these.
That is true. That is very true. I'll have to limber up. Time to get some limber. Anyway, so if you're looking to lose some weight and have some fun, you could try it. I mean, it's something. It's something different. Hey, it makes it look. Even if we just do the spooning, you're losing some calories.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I do know that this is a really tough story to tell. But I was when I met Terry. We were dating and hadn't been together for a while, and I stayed overnight. And I was in the upstairs bedroom, and apparently your parents really didn't care that I was there.
No, they didn't. They didn't let them stop them.
I just happened to find out that how many calories were we burning? That was actually said.
During the
I'm like, oh my gosh.
And so that's how you got to know my mom and dad.
Well, I mean, I didn't see it. I just heard. Boy, we're losing some calories tonight, babe. Yeah. Maybe they were in the lotus position.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know how adventurous they were.
Yeah, that's true.
Never asked.
No, I don't even. The picture is just, my eyes.
Yes.
Anyway, okay, so that's that. I wanted to get that off my chest. I'm trying to find this. You know how, as we just go from sex to people's name. You know how you can't remember people's names?
Yeah.
I get so mad at myself.
Ways I did it at the bank.
Well, see if you think this is a solution that might work. I don't know that I could do it, but it's embarrassing for me that I cannot remember names. It just it bugs the crap out of me, and people I haven't seen will yell out your name, and it's like, how do you do that?
Yeah, how do you remember?
How do you remember?
When I was just a fly by night.
And I think there was this thing way before used to say, well, if you can't remember your name, then they're not worth remembering. That's not true. It's just some people just can't remember names. I remember faces.
Yeah, it's like you know
I know,
'em.
I know you. So anyway, this lady shared this solution on TikTok, of course, about if you can't remember somebody's name. And she said she did this, I guess, with the students at her school and with people that she met at certain things that she went to, certain gigs or whatever. And she would say that whenever she didn't know somebody's name, she would say to you, like for instance, I would say to you, do you know that it's really hard to say your name 3 times really fast because you're not used to saying your own name? So then you would say your own name.
Terry.
Right. And you'd go, well, what's so hard about that? But it wasn't really about that.
It's about
it was
her
about,
learning.
his name is Terry. Right?
Uh-huh.
So do you think that is something that
I don't
would
know
work?
If that would
I don't know how would that bring up in
conversation.
conversation.
I don't know if that would help me at all.
I just don't understand how you would bring that up. Like, how do you bring that up in conversation, I guess, is what I'm like. How do you say hello? You do, they're probably talking about whatever and you're going along with it. But in the meantime, your mind is going 100 miles an hour because you're trying to figure out what the frick is their name.
Yeah.
And so you're not really listening.
Yeah.
So how do you pop, hey, can you say your name real fast 3 times?
How do you pop that into
conversation? How do you, is that how you do it? Maybe that's how you do it. One person said they had some other ways of asking, and one of them I thought was really neat. It said they would say, "How do you spell your name?" And they would usually say their first name first. So no, I meant your last name. That way it seemed like you already knew their first name. You're just looking for their last name. But then one person said, hey, how do you spell your name? And the person replied, AJ. I'd be asking RJ, hey, how do you spell your name? RJ. So then you feel like an idiot because then they know you didn't remember my name.
Yeah.
So that you got to be careful. It's like, talking to somebody that you don't do it, but you think about, like if you see somebody that you think might be pregnant.
Oh, yeah.
But you don't ask.
Oh, yeah, because, you don't know.
Otherwise, you might insert
They might have just had the baby, too, and they haven't lost baby weight.
That's true. But to me, it's just that's a big, you don't do that. But names, I don't know if I could come up with either one of those and use them. Would you just be honest with someone and say, and no offense, but I don't remember your name. Mm-hmm. But that's.
I don't get offended by things like that, but some people do.
They do. I don't. But people always seem to remember my name. People I have, and you go to the store and they'll say, "Hey, Ron." I'm like, "Oh, how do you? Is that just a good guess?"
Yeah.
Did they just pull that name out of a hat? I don't know. It does bother me that I can't remember.
Some people call you Frank, though.
Some people do. They still happens today, and Diane gets a kick out of it when somebody will come downstairs and, hey, Frank, it's it is part of our name, Franks with an S, but yeah, I get Frank. Listen, you can call me whatever you want, just don't call me late for dinner, right, Tara?
Yeah.
Because I snack apparently.
Yes, you do.
You know what?
When I'm dieting, it really shows.
What do you mean? Oh, because I'm snick-snacking.
Because then I'm wanting to snack with you, and I'm like, I got to go in another room. I got to go read a book. I got to go do something because I want to snack with you.
I know it's it's this snacking thing is not good. So you know what? While we're in bed, we've been talking about sex, and then we went from sex to remember names. They did this study about eating in bed. And I just thought it was kind of weird that people eat snacks in bed. I mean, we don't.
We don't eat too much in bed.
We don't eat. We don't eat at all in bed. We don't. I mean, that's not something. That's not. I don't.
Well, we have occasionally watched a movie and had popcorn.
Okay, popcorn. But there are certain foods probably you wouldn't want to eat in bed.
A lot of foods you wouldn't want to eat.
Right. So they did this list. And they found that 47% have eaten snacks or meals in their bed. 34% do not allow food to be consumed under the covers, especially like messy foods.
Whipped cream.
Tacos. Eat some tacos and ramen. Ramen wouldn't be messy like tacos.
Well, if you're dripping it all over.
Well, that's true. So they did this this list.
Tacos. Yeah, a lot of things are, messy.
And these are 10 foods that people would allow to be eaten that they would allow to be eaten in bed. Would be fruit and chocolate. That's why you're in the lotus position. You just feed each other some strawberries and chocolate.
Chocolate, yeah.
Strawberries is isn't that a good for
aphrodisiac?
Yeah. Yogurt is allowed in bed. Seems a little. Ice cream in bed. Pizza. Eat pizza in bed. Burger.
I could eat pizza anytime.
Burger in bed. I can just see eating a Big Mac. Don't do that. Cake, biscuits, sandwich, and pie are some foods that are allowed to be eaten in bed. And then foods that are banned from bed. Toast. There's no way you should eat toast in bed. All the crumbs. Although if you're sick.
But like if you're making breakfast for someone, breakfast in bed for Mother's Day, Father's Day, you always put toast with your eggs,
Yeah, they were talking about that too because of February, Valentine's Day and stuff. People want to eat in bed food. Soup should not be allowed in bed.
It's drippy.
It's very drippy.
But if you've got a cold or a sore throat and you're in bed, someone might bring you a cup or a bowl of soup and some crackers, crackers would be horrible because they'd be all through.
I know. Pasta and sauce. Have some spaghetti while you're in bed. Roast dinner. How would you get comfortable eating a roast in bed? Stir fry, fish and chips, ramen. We already said that in tacos. Those are just some of the foods. Hot dog, sausage, and mashed potatoes. Not allowed in the bed. I just don't. We go to bed. We're not eating. We have snacked on popcorn once in a blue moon. Watched a movie. There's nothing worse than getting a kernel, wedged in there. That's that's rough. So you got to be careful because you like to eat the kernels.
I used to. I don't eat them very much anymore.
You shouldn't. They're very bad for your teeth.
I've cracked a couple teeth, and so.
So anyway, those are some of the foods. Do you is that something you guys like to do?
Eat in bed.
Eat in bed? I don't know. I'm not comfortable. Because there's a way, I can't you have to pile up all these pillows and sit upright. And then you have to I think you should have like a little table.
But I do believe my first back surgery, they had me laying flat and I couldn't sit. It hurt me. And I was either standing up or laying down to eat every meal. And it was,
Well, there is
it ended up in my bed.
Circumstances that you have to do that if you're sick or whatever. You have a little bit of soup and crackers and just keep it on your side. Then I wouldn't have to worry about it.
Then the rest of the week, you have to live with it, crunching in there.
Why the rest of the week? Can't you just change the sheets?
You'd have to
knowing us, we're that lazy. We're not changing the sheets.
Well, if you're sick, you usually want to wait till you're feeling a little bit better to change the sheets.
Well, that's true. I don't.
At least until your fever breaks.
Yeah, as long as you didn't spill too much soup in there, I guess it's okay. So those are just some of the foods. Those are two things I wasn't even going to bring up in this show, but I'm going to talk about a sandwich that might help you with menopause.
Oh, wow. Yeah. This is one I need.
A sandwich for menopause, and these are from a nutritionist, and maybe some food for your lunch to help with insomnia. We'll talk about that when we come back.
Okie dokes.
So you want to start a podcast, maybe you're listening to the show today and you're thinking to yourself, boy, that would be fun, and I have a lot of things I want to talk about. Maybe today is the day. Maybe you're looking for a new marketing channel, or you have a message that you'd like to share with the world, or you just think it would be fun to have a talk show. Now, it is a lot of fun, just talking to your friends. Maybe you have ideas about sports, life, or whatever your passion is. Today's the day. Podcasting is easy, it's inexpensive, It's a fun way to expand your reach online. And where should you go? Buzzsprout. It's hands down the easiest, and it's the best way to launch, promote, and track your podcast. And your show, believe it or not, can be online and listed in all the major podcast directories in minutes, like Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcast, and you wouldn't believe how many more there are. And they make it simple to join all of them. Podcasting is not hard when you have the right partners, and Buzzsprout is the team to join. They are passionate about your success. You can join over 1,000 podcasters already using Buzzsprout. We're one of them. We've been on Buzzsprout from the beginning, and I'm so glad I joined up. I had a little bit of an issue, emailed a customer service rep, and they got back to me within 5 minutes, and they had me calm down. It wasn't that hard, and what I was doing was my fault. So here's all you got to do. Click on the link in the show notes. It tells Buzzsprout we sent you. You can support our show, and if you get a paid plan, you get a $20 gift certificate from Amazon. Now, here's some other things that Buzzsprout provides. Like, you get a great looking podcast website. Now, a lot of people think, oh, I got to get a website, got to pay for that. No, you don't. They provide it for you. Also, they have audio players. Maybe you have a website. All you want to do is promote your show on your own website. You can do that with their audio players. And you can also drop it into other websites and on Facebook or Twitter, and they help you do it all. Believe me, Buzzsprout is the way to go. They've helped me immensely, and I've had a lot of fun doing it. So maybe today is a day for you to start your podcast. And if you do, check out the link below in the show notes and get a $20 Amazon gift card. Hello and welcome back to the show, part 2. A lot of this stuff I wasn't even planning on talking about, but I just thought it was something we could discuss. Sex positions is always fun to discuss.
Fun for you.
It's always fun for me to think about. Never do. But menopause is something we're very used to around this house because Terry's had it for the last 35 years, I think.
Yeah.
And if you're suffering from menopause, you know what it's like. I mean, these poor women.
Yeah, they call me
hot,
pre-perimenopausal. Then I started early and I just keeps, and I'm like, does it ever end?
So this nutritionist has come up with a prescription of sandwiches that not only can strengthen your bones. I didn't have that one. I only did these two. I did, if you're having trouble sleeping, and menopause. So these are the two sandwiches that you can make, and what you need in the sandwiches to help you. For instance, menopause is defined as when a woman no longer has periods. That brings up a whole nother story for him. We were out to eat, and Terry did not hear it, but a gentleman about maybe 3 or 4 tables down, was sitting by himself, had his phone. And his phone was blaring because a commercial came on. I don't know what he was doing. And she was talking about her periods and how her heavy flow. This is right before I'm getting ready to eat. And this thing is blaring. You didn't hear this?
I must have been tuning it out.
Yeah, you tuned it out all right. Now, he let it play for quite a while, and she was talking about her heavy flow. And then finally he shut it off. I thought, what is this?
Good
Perfect.
Table talk, right?
While I'm eating my spaghetti and meatballs. All the red sauce. Oh, disgusting. Anyway, so this is when a woman no longer has periods. The process usually begins around the age of 45 to 50. Not in Terry's case. I think she's had it since she was 25. Symptoms
in my 30s
are triggered by the decline in hormones like estrogen and include hot flashes, night sweats. Oh, we all know about the night sweats.
Night sweats, yes.
And
that's what it started with.
Yes. The night sweats was, I remember I woke up, Terry's naked. I'm thinking, ooh la la. And next thing I know, I'm on the floor because she's like burning up. She says, I'm not doing it for you. Okay. So if you want to make a sandwich to help with some of the symptoms, this is it's not called the menopause sandwich, but this is what I'm calling it. So first you have to have a seeded bread.
A seeded bread.
Yeah, it said choose a seeded bread drizzled with olive oil because he says this is a start to help you with menopause. Then add an avocado, All the olive oil, I said, a mashed avocado, smoked salmon, some pumpkin seeds, and some alfalfa sprouts. Did I say that right? Mm-hmm. Alfalfa sprouts. And those are the ingredients for, and the nutrients are the omega-3s, the calcium, the vitamin D, the magnesium. They all work to retain bone density. The omega-3 is the fatty acids, helps with your heart, increases your heart. Women's heart disease risk increases after menopause, but it helps reduce the inflammation. Then vitamin E. If you choose seeded bread with olive oil, he said, and you add all this stuff to it, it should help. Now, doesn't say how long to make this or how long you have to eat the sandwich, but it's supposed to help with some of the symptoms. So if you're having menopause symptoms and you add seeded bread, olive oil, an avocado mashed up, smoked salmon, pumpkin seeds, and alfalfa sprouts, then that should help with maybe some of the symptoms. I don't think I'd put that
all on a bread. I'd have my pumpkin seeds on the side.
Well, I mean, however you want to do it. I don't think it really...
When you snack, just try to get those things in.
You get them all in. And usually, if you do it at lunch, do it all at the same time.
Yeah.
I think all those ingredients will help do something. If you're having trouble sleeping, then you make a toasted sandwich from whole grain bread. That's the carbohydrate and the magnesium. And then you use some pesto sauce, sprinkle with pumpkin seeds. Pumpkin seeds are very popular because it contains magnesium. And he says that's a huge... Oh, I lost my paper. The pumpkin seeds and... here it is. And then you add some turkey breast, and that's the B6 and the tryptophan, thin slices of mozzarella, tomatoes, and spinach for more magnesium. Magnesium is apparently very integral for if you're having trouble sleeping. The tryptophan is an amino acid, and it is used to make serotonin. So
that's why I sleep good, because I take magnesium.
And you have the B6, the magnesium, very important too. It's very big for the nervous system for relaxation. So if you're having trouble sleeping, or those are some of the things: a toasted sandwich, whole grain, pesto sauce, pumpkin seeds, and some turkey breast, maybe some mozzarella. Actually, doesn't sound too bad. Tomatoes and spinach for more magnesium. So there you go. It's just some things you can do to help.
Now, is that raw spinach?
It doesn't.
I would imagine it's raw spinach.
It probably is. Or what about spinach?
I like spinach, so
I wonder if you could do the spinach. Well, is it not the spinach lettuce? Not the lettuce, right?
Yeah, I would think.
So you could just do that.
Raw spinach.
So if you're having trouble sleeping, that might help. I don't know. Can't hurt to try, right? We've always said it's always better to try something than not try something.
Yeah.
I mean,
especially if it's natural.
Yes.
And you're not.
And these are all these ingredients. Like I've started to like avocado mixed in certain things.
Yes.
I mean, it really doesn't have a flavor.
We never used to eat it, but I don't remember seeing them at the grocery store when we were younger. Do you?
What, avocados?
Yeah.
I don't think we really looked for them. It wasn't something that was on our list to do. I think as we started eating healthier, it started popping up. We're like, oh, well, let's, give it a shot. But it wasn't something that we looked at it, because if it wasn't in front of the ding-dongs and the ho-hos, I wasn't looking for avocados. I mean, it'd have to be right in front of it, blocking. Like I would probably pick it up and move it
to get to
so I could get to the ding-dongs and the ho-hos. Because that's what we, or chips or whatever. So, yeah, I think learning to eat healthier, and I just wish I could get back to this. I was doing that, what is that called when you don't eat for a period of time? Fasting. So I was fasting.
For so many hours.
From 8 till like noon. But now it's like every day I go in, it's cupcakes, it's hot, it's donuts, it's cookies. It's I can't win. And I say to myself, I'm not eating it. I'm not going to eat it. And so what do?
Eat it.
I eat it. It's ridiculous. So then I take the stairs at work thinking that's going to help me. But
it does.
What good does that do if I'm eating a cookie while I'm walking the stairs? It doesn't do any good at all. All right. So those are some sandwiches for you. if you're having some menopause problems, and God bless you ladies that are going through it, because I've got one sitting across from me that's been dealing with it for a long time. Although the symptoms have
lessened, knock on wood, someplace.
But they still say you're menopausal,
yeah,
right?
my blood work still came out.
Blood work still came out that way. So, Terry, you went to school. You went to high school. Were you in a clique?
I guess I was.
Did your school have cliques?
Yeah, because I sat at lunch with the band and chorus kids.
So you're like a band geek, sort of.
Yeah, I guess.
Or is that a band nerd? Which one is it?
I don't know. But that lunch was mainly band and chorus people. But my best friend was in the chorus, and then my other friends were in the band with me. My senior year, I actually didn't go to lunch. I signed out and went home every day.
But you thought you were in a clique, sort of?
I would say I had my yes, because all 3 or 4 years we had just about the same people sit at our lunch table. I would say that was our clique.
It's funny because they did this. They asked the question, did your high school have cliques? Only 8% of people say their school didn't have a clique. There's cliques. There's going to be.
Yeah.
We'll go over some of these.
Well, if you're into art, sometimes it's the art people you sit with. If you're into music, it's music.
But it doesn't mean that everybody was in a clique.
No, I don't think everybody was. And for different classes, I had different friends. You know what I mean? I had some friends that maybe didn't sit with me at lunch, but I sat with at a different class. You know what I mean? I
was trying to think. I never really, I was never really a clique where we always sat together. I don't know why.
But you were in kind of a clique.
What was it? What was my clique? It wasn't like I wasn't in band. You were
kind of in with the populars because
I wasn't your cousin, popular.
But your cousin was.
Well, do I just get in from association?
Yes, because you drove her to school every day.
Yeah, but that doesn't make
me. And then most of the guys you ran with or did things with.
They were. But I didn't really run. I wasn't. I'm a homebody, which.
But what if you did go to a football game? That's who you hung out with.
I didn't go to football games. You got to go to football games to hang out with people. I only went with you because I was.
Well, you went that night. You went to the homecoming because
Melissa was up. Yeah,
homecoming queen.
Yeah, but
your cousin got homecoming queen.
She did.
Well, so
But that's not why.
So you were kind of in her group.
But I didn't. I sat with you, a college. I was.
Yeah, because there's some people that graduated with you that you don't even know.
Tell me about it. Yeah,
they know you.
They know me, but I don't know them.
They probably know you by association to her.
Probably. That's.
You drove
true.
her to school almost every day.
Whenever I started driving, I think sophomore year all the way to senior year, I pretty much her and my brother.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I just don't. Anyway, so they were asked, these people, which ones they were part of, and the most common answer was I wasn't in a clique.
But yet they said they had cliques.
They said the school had a clique, but they wasn't in one. 22% said it wasn't a clique, followed by loners was 14%. So I was trying to think. Now, the most common clique, of course, was jocks. 50% said their high school had a group like that.
Yeah, and
so
what's Zachary call them?
Tools.
Tools. Yeah,
well, I don't know if that's the same
tools.
thing.
That more or less was they were the jocks at school. He's in the tools. He called them tools because they thought they were better than they really were.
Well, you mentioned some of them.
Let's see where they all are now, 10 years after he's out of high school. And he's probably right. A lot of them thought they were really something, and they got to college and got put in their place.
Maybe not. It's hard to say. The 10 most common cliques are jocks, popular kids. You mentioned popular. Yeah. Then you have the cheerleaders. I could see where there'd be a clique.
Popular and cheerleader kind of mix together, don't they?
The popular and the what?
The cheerleaders and the jocks.
Those
are all three the kind of the same clique almost. At least they were when I went to school.
Yeah, you're probably right. They probably
because
did.
the cheerleaders ran with the jocks, who all thought they were kind of popular.
Yeah, and then popular. True.
Looked down their noses at other people that couldn't do the things they did.
Then you had the nerds.
Yeah, and then you always have the smart kids.
The band or choir kids, which is you.
Band and choir, yeah.
The loners, the stoners.
There was always some stoners
There's some stoners, yeah. Geeks, snobs, and the preppy kids.
Yeah. You were a prep.
Was I preppy?
Yeah, you always wore those little preppy shirts.
What do you mean little? It wasn't like my belly was hanging out. What are you talking about?
You wore the collared Garin shirts, like.
Yeah, I still do. Does that make me preppy?
Remember Jody called your shoes rich people shoes?
Yeah, I remember.
You had rich people shoes.
I wore tennis shoes though.
No, you had those beige
Oh, you bought
shoes.
those. You bought those.
Did I buy them?
Yes,
I don't
you
know.
did.
Because you got them rich people shoes on.
They were like a.
Did I buy them? I thought
cream?
your mom bought them or something. No, they were like a cream they were like
those.
material.
It was like a material cream. You tied them. I don't ever know what.
I just never. I always remember her calling them rich people shoes, and you know me, I'm a sale person, so I'm sure I got them on sale someplace if I bought them.
I was trying to think whatever happened to them, but I did wear them a lot.
You wore them until they wore out, I think.
I think so. Some other less common answers include rich kids, hipsters, goths. See, this is new now.
that's in our kids' days. They had goth.
Emo.
Remember one of RJ's friends was goth, and then he didn't. And then he didn't. Or no, when he went goth, we didn't know who he was.
No, I couldn't.
He was a nice
him.
farm boy, big hefty guy.
Farmer kids.
He was a big hefty farm kid the first time we met him, and about 2 years later, he came to the house, and you said, "Who is that?" And I said,
"Yeah, I didn't recognize him."
I said the name, and you said, "That's not him. He's 20 pounds heavier, and he has light hair, and he had dyed his hair black.
He had done some different...
And wore the straight skinny jeans and kind of went goth on us.
Well, I hadn't seen him. I haven't seen him for a long period of time. Emo kids, farmer kids. Now, you had farmer because you guys did... Trinity had some, too. They were had some 4-H
Well, when we
stuff.
played Trinity or Wash High for football, they used to moo at us and rattle, rattle, we smell cattle is what they say outside our buses.
It says that the jocks, popular kids, and cheerleader cliques aren't as common as they used to be. I don't know because I haven't been in school for...
I just know that girls can still be
almost
really
30 years.
mean. Like, you think you've got your set of friends that you sit to lunch with, and if you talk to the wrong boy, that set of friends can turn on you like no tomorrow.
So...
You were have some thick skin.
Yeah. So you were in the band.
Yeah, I was in the geek squad, the band geeks.
You didn't seem like that geek. That's not
but
geeky.
You know why?
That's not nerd
You
geeky.
know why I didn't seem that way? I always sat on the end of the bench of the band, and I jumped down off the side. And I ran the football game, and I didn't stay where I was supposed to be.
Oh, you were always on the go.
Yeah.
You would call yourself like a swinger.
Yeah. So I was always...
always out there.
I was always
making
out talking to someone or whatever.
Not being where you're supposed to be with your clarinet.
Yeah.
Because we never mentioned what you played, but you played the clarinet.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you still have it? Is it still here?
No. I think we gave it to Jillian, and then
it got passed down.
It got passed
and
down.
And now it's who knows where
it is now.
Speaking of swingers, I don't know if you know this or not, but swingers, there used to be this thing with an upside down pineapple, and they would put it outside, and that's
so we went from
that's how they
right
knew
into swingers.
Yeah, swingers, right? Yeah, from geeks to swingers.
It was an upside down pineapple. That's how you knew they were swingers?
Yeah, they would put this...
so me and you were out to dinner. How would they,
It would be outside their house. Like you would...
Oh.
They did it like if it was... they were trying to hook up.
With someone.
They would put this pumpkin upside down, or pineapple.
Upside down.
But now they've swapped. They're not doing the pineapple. Now they're doing loofahs.
Loofahs?
Different colored loofahs.
So
and that tells
the color mean something?
Yes. Each color... of the loofah tells you like where they are.
So if they have a loofah on their doorknob, they're swinging.
This is in Florida, so this.
Okay.
If you're visiting the villages in Florida, yeah, this is a loofah code.
Okay.
All right. So these are some of the codes. Like for instance, if they had, now this is. So
you'd have to go get a 12-pack of different colored loofahs, right?
I was trying to figure out.
At least a 6-pack, right?
Of loofahs.
Yeah.
You'd have, these are all the colors. One Redditor, this is on Reddit, said that they claim to have worked at the villages for 3 years, and they suggest that loofahs simply help residents find their own vehicles since all the retirees drive similar cars. So it really has nothing to do with swingers. They were using the loofahs to find their car.
Okay.
This is what they say.
But then the swingers said, hey, that's a good idea. Let's use that in our own way.
Yeah,
right?
so the reason for the loofahs is simple. It's so they can find their car. All the retirees drive similar cars, and old Grand can't go around the whole parking lot looking for a car. So the loofah, they say, is the easy way for them to spot from a distance.
Which
it says, trust me, all the people I have met are definitely not swingers, as most can barely stand without assistance. But anyway, but they actually have these loofahs, and it says white.
Okay, white.
A white loofah is a novice and beginner, so just getting started.
They're just getting started.
If you see a purple loofah, it's a voyeur and people who like to watch. They don't want to get involved.
They just want to watch.
They're the ones with the binoculars. If you have the pink soft loofah, people who like to do it with others in the room. This is more like an orgy type loofah. That's the pink is the loofah. We have a white loofah hanging in our shower.
Thanks. I thought it was gray.
But it's real long. My mom gave me this real long loofah.
Gray, yeah.
It's like you can kind of straddle it to get your scrotum nice.
It's for your back. You can scratch your back.
It's for your back. But if you could do, you could do it this way.
You could do it any way you want.
However you want to do it.
Just tell me if you start using it that way, because I ain't touching it.
Oh, yeah. You might not want to put that on your face.
That's so gross.
Such as I just finished, and you're over there scrubbing your face real good with it.
So gross.
If you have the blue loofah, it's the lowest level of full swap. Those who can play well with others. That's the lowest level, though. It's not on the high level. It's low. Yellow is a mid-level swap for those who want to have fun but are still nervous
about it.
And then there's the black loofah, which is full swap, baby. Now, those who say, what the hell, let it all go down. And then you have the teal, which is for bisexual, for those who want to increase their dating chances. So those are the loofahs that if you're down there in Florida, well, it could be even around here. I don't know. It's not like I'm looking for. It doesn't say where they put them. Like they talk about looking for their cars, but it doesn't say like where are they putting these loofahs.
So you know what to expect.
They said the showers, scrubbers hang on the roofs of their cars and golf carts. They're everywhere. So the villages is rocking out with loofahs. So I don't know if this is just something
in the retirement home.
Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, I don't know. It just seems weird. So yeah, that's the loofah code. But I really believe that it really is not having to do with swing. I think it's just people that can't find
their cars.
You think that how we're going to be?
Still goes. So
if the pineapple still.
We if you see a pineapple in the front yard, don't knock. Just go away.
Yeah, unless you're into it, and you just go up and knock. I don't know. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just saying, if they're serving the pineapple, eat the pineapple. You don't have to do anything else.
I don't think so.
You don't have to. You don't have to do anything else. What? You're going to turn down pineapple if they ask you if it's just a pineapple, huh? It's not upside down. They cut it up, and it's for a snack. Whatever, Tara.
Oh well.
Have some fun. Loosen up a little bit.
Loosen up a little bit. I'm loose, baby.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So we'll finish up with this story. And almost hit everything that I was going to talk. Well, I think I hit just about everything. Do you, how do I say this without daydreaming? How often do you daydream? Is there a time at work? I know you're busy. You have a lot of people coming in and out.
Today I didn't really have time to daydream, but there are days that I have time to daydream.
They are coming up with this thing where they're trying to get people to focus more on work and not daydream. And they're saying that it's some kind of an alert thing where it might be like a watch where you somehow it finds out that maybe you're too relaxed and you're daydreaming, and it kind of gives you a little like, hey, sure. Like your Fitbit would say, hey, fatty, get up, you need to walk around.
Yeah.
Or, hey, you don't need that 15th donut. That would be mine. So researchers wanted to test, like, if people daydream, how much do they daydream? I will admit that I sometimes daydream about just wanting to get something done. You ever want to be that way?
Yeah, I daydream about retiring and actually getting things done.
Yeah.
And having time to finish something that I start. Just 10 minutes.
I'm jealous
to lay quietly
of people that can work from home, because I know what it was like because I did it. I was the best summer of my life.
But you didn't really work. Oh, well, you had to answer emails. Yeah,
I did. But I went in like every other day. We went in. We were just different schedules. Answer email, whatever. And then you'd go in that certain day, like twice, 3 times, depending on the week. It was the greatest summer of my life because I
didn't have any ringing in my ears that summer, if I remember.
I know. You didn't. You never
complained.
You
know what? And I wonder if it's like being away from the computers, looking at the computer all day.
Could be.
I wasn't on my phone that much. I might have played a card game here and there on my phone. I was doing the puzzles on the tablet during COVID. But then as the weather got better, I quit doing them. We were outside a lot.
I think you scratched me. Look at that. See it on my head?
Oh, yeah. How did I do that?
I think we were in the 69 position.
Oh, you wish.
Your toenail got me.
You wish. You wish.
No, I don't know where that came from. Look at that.
There is a scratch right there. Yeah. It looks like a cat got you.
I know. Ooh, right. Yeah. Anyway, so they want to come up with this idea to help people from daydreaming, thinking that maybe they get off task, try to get them back on task. But you know what? What's wrong with a little bit of daydreaming?
I know. Sometimes it's good. I think lately when I daydream about moving our kids closer to us so I don't have to drive through the traffic to see my grandchildren.
I mean, they say some people want to concentrate. They want to try and keep, if you're studying, you want to keep on going.
Task,
but
yeah.
I don't know. I just think for me, a little daydreaming, I think we need to sometimes just get away. But that
Take a
working
little
from
stress
home,
out of your life.
Well, the whole thing is when we did that, I did that summer. It was nice because the weekends were free. Because you could get everything done during the week. You could do the laundry. You could keep up with some of the housework,
Run to
and then
the grocery store.
Yeah, and you didn't have to. We could sit by the pool. We could do.
Yeah, our weekends were pretty free then.
They were. They were nice.
Everyone complained about it.
I missed COVID.
We didn't even have to go to church.
I didn't want to see anybody get it. I just liked the idea of being paid and staying home.
Yeah, and your company paid. I don't think all the companies
No, they
didn't.
But
a lot of people in the restaurant business had no income at all.
No, it was
hairstylists and stuff like that. Yeah. They had no income at all.
I don't miss that part. But I wouldn't want that on anybody. But I like the idea of now the working from home. That's not changing. That's here to stay.
I know a lot of companies have had to offer that just to keep their employees.
Yeah, it's not going anywhere. They know they got people coming back 3 days, sometimes some 4, but mostly it's like 3 days, and work 2. But it's not.
When
they
found that it works, and they got their work done from home,
it does work, because I think some of the studies have found that people are managing their life better, and they're able to do the work and yet still they feel like they're getting accomplished 2 ways, home and work. Even though it's hard to balance, somehow they found their way to do it. And I think it's actually
And
helped.
I think if you have a lot of work and say you need it copied, you can store it and go into work one day a week and copy it all out and print it out for whatever you need it for.
Yeah.
And, you know.
So they're trying to
and everything's done in a file, and you just send it to everyone. Oh, well, here's everything that was going to be copied, and now it's in a file, and you just sent it to each person.
Yeah, it's just people are, especially right now with gas prices the way they are. I mean, you have to take a loan out to buy eggs. Eggs are like $7 a dozen. They're expensive. We need eggs, by the way.
Oh.
So I want to take out a loan. But anyway, they're trying to develop this alarm that goes off when you start daydreaming. So I don't really need it. I like daydreaming every now and then. It's nice to just Calgon, take me away.
Yes.
So, all right, that's it. That's it for today. What did we learn today, Tara? We learned that
there's sex positions we didn't know about.
That we're never going to try.
Because
Coming up next week, I'll tell you all the positions we tried.
We're too old for that one. That one just looks hurtful.
You know what? You're only as old as you feel. That's how I don't feel like I'm 57.
I don't bend in some of those
You don't
positions.
bend, but maybe a little every now and then wouldn't hurt. Maybe think about it. If you,
I've had 3 back surgeries.
It might take the ringing out of your head.
Some of those positions just are not going to work.
It might take some of the ringing out of your head. Get you all bent over.
Crack.
Yeah, crack. All right. Thanks so much for listening. Really appreciate it. Don't forget to follow us and subscribe. Every Monday we have a new show popping out. It'll alert you. You can listen to us on Spotify, iHeart, or wherever you get your podcast. You can follow us on Facebook or Twitter, Just Talking Out Loud. And you can also by the way, a lot of people, we asked the question of what is the first thing you open in the morning. And there was a lot of great responses. The Bible was one, the weather app. Peggy said the obituaries. She wanted to make sure she wasn't in there. There was weather. What else? There was the weather app. I said weather, right? Weather, Bible. I wanted to write these down. I forgot.
Was there any real odd ones?
I was trying to think of. You know what? Next week I'll write them down.
Okay.
But there were some really interesting ones, really fun ones. So we want to thank you for. I wish I'd have
responding.
Responding. Yeah, we're gonna try and do more. It's hard sometimes. It's hard to just sit there and do this sometimes because I feel like what am I going to talk about?
Well,
but
you had
today
plenty.
we had lots to talk about. So anyway, you can follow us there. You can also contact us at justtalkingoutloud@gmail.com. And we really appreciate you listening, and we are out.
Have a blessed week.
Thank you for listening. We hope you enjoyed today's show.